Welcome to Hattingley Valley in Hampshire. I'm here with Peter Richards and Susie Barrie, two of our most loved wine professionals around the world. Authors, broadcasters, podcasters, Wine Blast is the podcast, masters of wine. Anyway, we're here today to talk about English sparkling wine. Peter and Susie, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do you two see English sparkling wine versus champagne in the home market, I think?
It's really interesting because, yes, of course people love champagne. It's been around for hundreds of years and we all know how good it can be. In the UK, we import about 30 million bottles of champagne every year.
Are we the largest importer of champagne
We are,
in the world?
volume, we are, yes, yeah. We don't always drink the expensive stuff, but we're a big volume outside of France. And if you think about it, we only produce about 5 or maybe 6 million bottles of sparkling wine in England every year. So it's kind of a sixth of what we import of champagne. And it is something that is unique, it's boutique, it's high quality. We get a certain tangy acidity in the UK that you don't necessarily get in champagne. You get a slightly more orchard fruit character.
That's very distinctive.
It's
in
very
English sparkling
distinctive.
wine. Yeah.
But equally, if it's made well and aged properly, it's still going to have that toasty, biscuity beauty that you get in champagne. So there are similarities, obviously, but there's a difference, and I think unique is the point.
When we have events at Dreweatts, I always try and serve an English sparkling, and we get incredible feedback from it.
It's great that you serve it at Dreweatts, and we do it in our house as well. When people come to visit us, we have a bottle of English sparkling wine because we know it's going to surprise people and it's going to delight people, and people are going to say, well, hang on, this is as good as champagne, if not better. And I'm intrigued by the story. Look at the figures in terms of Champagne's total vineyard area and the amount of bottles they produce. And then you compare England's vineyard area and the amount of bottles we produce. The yields, the amount of fruit you're getting off the vine to make the wine in England is about a third of what you get in Champagne. So when we talk about the value of these products, you're slashing by a third your potential profits straight away. And actually that makes for a more intense wine style naturally as well. So that's another element in the way in which English sparkling wine is slightly different in style from champagne sometimes.
And do you find sommeliers are more open to when they offer sparkling wine? Do they do that?
I think that,
if they list it,
that's one of the main differences we're seeing now is sommeliers getting behind it, because why wouldn't you? If you know this is a great product, sommeliers know what's going on in the wine world. They've got their finger on the pulse. If you know the quality of English sparkling wines out there and your restaurant is in the UK, then I think you risk seeming behind the times if you don't offer a glass of English sparkling wine.
I don't always go to restaurants, but I look at menus quite a lot, if I'm thinking of going somewhere. And so often now you see English sparkling wine, and quite often by the glass. And that's perfect, because then at least people get to try it.
English sparkling wine is still very much in the discovery phase of its existence, and that both in terms of people discovering it to drink, but also producers discovering where's best and how best to make this sparkling wine.
What would happen though if Kent and Sussex and Hampshire really were producing a superior sparkling to Dorset, Herefordshire, Shropshire, and they felt that these counties were perhaps diluting the English sparkling wine brand globally? Is that a question you can answer?
You've got some great producers sourcing their grapes from different counties. So, a producer like Nightimber, for example, will be getting they have their vineyard in Hampshire, they've got Sussex, they've got Kent. Hattingley Valley, they're a contract winemaker, they take in grapes from all over the south of England. So it's hard then to say, well, it's definitely Sussex or it's definitely Kent, because fruit can come from all over.
Wine is the ultimate craft product because you only get one harvest a year, and so it takes time, and I think it takes time and the vines in the ground for a while before any sort of style, individual styles from different areas can emerge. So I think this is something that will be fascinating to watch evolve. Who knows where it's going to go or how it's going to grow. The one thing that you can say is it's going to be exciting.
And how else are they distributing the wine? So we've got online and cellar door, obviously.
Do you know that now 50% of all sales in the UK last year were either cellar door or online?
Wow, okay.
It can be frustrating. You don't always go to the shop and find a huge range available in your local supermarket. But that's, I think, hopefully that will change over time as more volumes come on can be produced of English sparkling wine, but also more shops and restaurants and places try to source locally. And it would be lovely if that could happen.
The Queen has started making wine, hasn't she?
On the Windsor estate.
Windsor Great Park.
Windsor Great Park, they are making
There is
wine.
a vineyard.
I hope she'll be serving some of it, and she won't be serving Paul Roger or anything like that.
I think they already do
Yeah.
serve a fair amount of English.
yeah.
You know, we know producers like Camel Valley, for example, and several others,
Yeah.
Ridgeview, have been served at big
Yeah.
state occasions. So it's already happening. And I would say, and also Camilla is a huge sort of supporter of the English wine industry.
Prince Charles has his own brand as well, and I know they serve it at events. It is happening, and it's great to see that support, and it would be lovely to see that support developing and blossoming even further.
Amongst all the feathers to your bows, you've been involved in some winemaking recently for charity, and which I have tried and I think is fantastic.
We wanted to do something to bring English sparkling wine to a wider public, to say that this is what's going on, it's really, really exciting. So we decided to make some wine for charity. So we hooked up with the guys here at Hattingley Valley, who very, very kindly said they would indulge us and help us make this wine. So we hooked up with Emma Rice, the superstar winemaker here, and we made some wine together in 2016, one of the greatest vintages, one of the warmest vintages on record until that point.
So Blanc de Blanc, all Chardonnay that year, because there was some lovely Chardonnay. So that was our first one in 2016.
Yeah, the first one. Well, that was planned to be the only one, but then we got overexcited in 2017, and then in 2018 again. But anyway, long story short, we've got some lovely English wines, some lovely Hampshire sparkling wines, which we're selling, and all of the profits from those wines are going to the Marine Conservation Society, which is doing outstanding work protecting our seas and actually helping fight climate change at the same time.
So those wines can be bought through hattingleyvalley.com.
Brilliant. And we'll put a link on our website. We'll provide that link for people to go in and buy some. Well, thank you very, very much for talking to me today.
Thank you.